How do you get this darn thing to stop? Oh, hello there. Greetings, Internet. I, the Great Papyrus, have decided to create a web series featuring the Great Papyrus. Papyrus, what are you doing? I was never here. You're lucky I love you, Papyrus. Anyway, looks like I got another fanfic from a Mr. Iron Raffra. You're on fire lately. Sorry. And it looks like this is a fanfic starring not only my character, but a character by another fan regular called Mr. Shuno Kurohi. It looks like our characters are doing something together. So let's read this thingy. Yeah. Concentration juice. The Borrower and the Monster. Ooh dear. Lizzie the Borrower was out on a peaceful Vector City night. Now, Lizzie, from what I understand, is about yay high. So, good luck there, Lizzie. She decided to stop by her friend Minnie's house after picking up a few things from various other houses. Minnie always has some great stuff to borrow, she thought. I'll pick up some supplies and leave her a nice thank you note. Lizzie slipped through the small crack in the house and found herself in the walls. She searched through the area and walked out of a small mouse hole. There's a mousey living there? The Borrower made a quick step to the kitchen to pick up some small crumbs before heading to the stairs. Now, the stairs may seem like a mountain to someone as small as Lizzie, but that didn't bother her. She took a shoelace and a small pin out of her backpack. She tied the two together and tossed it up the first step. Then the tiny girl climbed to the first step as if she were climbing a rock wall. She continued to do it with all the steps until she reached the top of the stairs. This never gets old, Lizzie thought as she made her way up to the top of the stairs. Now to see Minnie. The Borrower walked to Minnie's room where she found her friend sleeping like a log. Because Minnie snores like a tractor. Lizzie did her best not to wake her sleeping friend as she gathered lost buttons and other odds and ends. Although most of the noise she made was drowned out by Minnie's snoring. I'm glad you remembered that fact. As she finished her stuff, she wrote a small note to Minnie using her shoelace grappling hook to climb onto the bed and left the note next to the pillow. But she suddenly stopped the second she heard the bedroom window being opened. Oh, fudge nuggets. The Borrower nervously looked to see the cat girl Tara climbing into the room. Oh, double fudge nuggets. Something about Tara's gaze made Lizzie feel a little bit uneasy, and so she figured she had to wake Minnie up. The small girl started to poke Minnie's cheek, but to no luck as her friend continued to sleep as Tara moved in closer. Lizzie tried to run away, only for Tara's hand to wrap around her body. Well, what do we have here? The cat girl said as she lifted Lizzie to her face. You must be one of those tiny people. You're tiny. Who are you? Lizzie demanded as she struggled to free herself. I'm just visiting my little angel cake, Tara remarked. You wouldn't be trying to wake her up, would you? So what if I am? Lizzie replied. I can't let you do anything to Minnie. Good instincts, Lizzie. I only wanted to watch her sleep, Tara said. I think we're going to have to do something about you. You leave Minnie alone, Lizzie shouted. Then Tara heard some movement in the closet. Oh no! It turns out the two of them were making more noise than she expected. "Quiet!" she demanded. "So you want me to be quiet, do you?" Lizzie said as she grinned. Then the little burrow stopped struggling and she took a deep breath. I can't really yell because my brother's in the next room. "Help!" she shouted. "Put me down!" "No!" Tara whispered to Lizzie. "Don't be so loud!" "Let go of me!" Lizzie continued. "Somebody help me!" "Enough!" Tara said as she panicked. "He'll hear you! Save me!" Lizzie shrieked. "Somebody save me!" Then the closet door flung open as Henry the monster stepped out. Tara dropped Lizzie and dashed out the window. Luckily, Lizzie was able to adjust herself during the fall and landed on Minnie's bed. But she landed a little awkwardly on her left leg. Then she saw Henry's many eyes staring at her. However, something about that monster didn't seem to scare her the way Tara did. Hi, she said. "I'm Lizzie the Borrower, a friend of Minnie's. I was just visiting my friend's house for supplies and to give her a thank you note, but then that cat girl snuck in." Henry responded by handing her his business card. He would have a business card. "So your name's Henry," she stated. "I take it you work here?" Henry nodded. "Well, thank you for helping Minnie and me," Lizzie told him. "I should head back soon." The small girl tried to stand only to fall. She looked at the leg which seemed to bother her. Henry also looked concerned. I just twisted my ankle," the borrower explained. "It's not too serious, but I won't be able to walk for a while." Then the monster lowered his hand to Lizzie. She felt oddly calm as she crawled into his open palm. He walked back to his home in the closet where he placed Lizzie on a shelf and gave her a cotton ball to rest her ankle on. "Thank you," she said. "I guess you're letting me stay here until I get better?" Henry nodded. "You've done so much for me," she continued. "I wish I could do something to repay you." Her monster friend just smiled. Lizzie felt amazed as she looked around Henry's closet and home space. It had various stuff like a mini fridge and some pillows and a blanket in the corner. "This is a nice place," the borrower observed. "Did you do this yourself?" Henry smiled and nodded. "I know a thing or two about decorating," Lizzie replied. "We borrowers are great at converting places into homes." The monster gave a little grunt that seemed to indicate fascination. "I take it you want to hear more?" Lizzie asked him. He nodded again. "Sure thing," she continued. "I tend to travel quite a lot, so I usually live in the walls, some old tree stump. I usually pick up some old objects and convert them into furniture. It's a trick I learned from my parents." Henry's eyes were filled with fascination as he listened to his new friend's story. "I guess I travel a lot since I like adventures and meeting new friends," Lizzie explained. "I know many borrowers avoid others, but Minnie is one of those few people I trust. But I must admit, I never met a monster before. I'm glad I did. You're one of the nicest people I've met." Henry gave a flattered grunt as a reply, and then scooped his new friend up and moved her closer to his cheek. "Yeah, so furry." "Thanks," she replied, and stood up and hugged his furry cheek. The monster gave a concerned grunt when he noticed her standing. "Oh, my ankle's still a little sore, but I can walk now," Lizzie told him. I guess I can be on my way." Then Henry placed his other hand at the edge of his fingertips before the borrower could climb up. "I guess you're right," she said. "I shouldn't take a long journey in this condition. I could ride one of my animal friends, but they're asleep. Would it be okay if I spent the night here?" He gave her a slight nod and followed with a concerned grunt. "Don't worry, I can handle the next part myself," Lizzie replied. "I'm a borrower, after all. But would you mind putting me down?" Henry lowered his palm to the floor and Lizzie climbed off. She searched through Minnie's room and found a small decorative pillow and a cotton ball on the floor. "These should do," she said as she moved the two items into the closet. The borrower finished up by taking a small piece of fabric out of her backpack and adjusted the cotton ball to make a small bed. "Perfect," Lizzie stated as she climbed into the bed. Then Henry picked the bed with Lizzie on it and placed it on the top shelf. "Thank you," she mentioned as she smiled. "I think this place is better." "Well, good night, Henry." The monster just smiled as the borrower lay down in her makeshift bed. Lizzie didn't seem bothered by Minnie's snoring as she thought about the new friend she made. Then she quickly fell asleep. Meanwhile, Henry was doing stock market on his computer. Morning came and Minnie was up bright and early. She climbed out of bed and noticed Henry standing by the closet door. "Ah, good morning, Henry," she mentioned. "Did you want to tell me something?" The monster nodded and pointed to his closet home. Minnie looked inside and noticed Lizzie sleeping. She smiled when she noticed her borrower friend came to visit. Lizzie woke up soon and noticed her friends around. "Good morning, Lizzie," Minnie cheered. "Why didn't you tell me you came over for a sleepover?" "I wasn't intending to," Lizzie replied. She then told Minnie about Tara's break-in and how Henry helped her. "Thank you for helping her, Henry," Minnie said as she hugged her monster friend. Henry returned Minnie's hug before he turned to Lizzie, who just climbed out of bed. "My ankle's a lot better now," Lizzie explained. "I think I can find my way back to my friends." "Why don't I take you?" Minnie suggested. "You can ride in my shirt pocket." "That's fine with me," Lizzie said. Minnie placed her hand close to Lizzie, who climbed in. Minnie lifted her borrower friend to her face, and Lizzie responded by hugging Minnie's cheek. "Thanks again for everything you did, Henry," Lizzie said. "Next time I'm borrowing in Vector City, I'll be sure to visit." Henry gave a friendly grunt as Minnie placed Lizzie on the back shelf. Then the borrower placed the fabric and the two cotton balls she used in her backpack. Once Minnie got dressed and finished her breakfast, Lizzie hopped into her friend's pocket. Then Minnie started walking to the park where various borrowers were staying. "I'm sorry I slept through the whole thing last night," Minnie said. "I would have done all I could to help you if I knew." "It's no problem, Minnie," Lizzie responded. "Henry helped me out a lot." "At least you weren't hurt too badly," Minnie continued. "Borrowers have to be tough," she stated. Were you able to find some good stuff in my room?" Minnie asked. "Plenty," Lizzie said. Minnie arrived at the park and stopped close to a small bush. She knelt down as Lizzie climbed out of her pocket and onto her shoulder. Then Minnie helped her friend to the ground below. "Wait," Lizzie stated as she picked a small flower. "Could you give these to Henry?" "Sure," Minnie replied as she took the flowers. "I'm sure he'll love them." "Goodbye, Lizzie." "Goodbye, Minnie," Lizzie said. I'm sure to say hi next time I'm in Vector City." Time passed and night fell on Vector City. Henry placed the flowers he got from Lizzie in a tiny, small glass. "They do look nice," Minnie stated. "Good night, Henry. Hopefully nothing goes wrong tonight." Minnie lay down in her bed and started to doze off, only to be disturbed by the worst rendition of "And I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. "And I will always love you." Something like that. She looked outside to see Tara in her backyard. The 10-year-old turned to her bed and placed the pillow around her ears to drown out Tara's off-key singing. Luckily for the entire neighborhood, the Cat Girls concert was quickly ended by Minnie's mother tossing a grenade into the backyard. And then Tara died. The end. That was cute. Always a pleasure when Minnie can hang out with other OCs. Thank you again for the fanfic. Oh, and see, the virus is fine. Oh shoot, he's gonna come in my chair. Yeah, okay, buddy, he's fine. Say bye, Pappy. Die! The great papyrus never got to make my web shoe. Well, that's 'cause reasons.